chair, of course. So I'm sitting away from the back of the chair today, and I invite you to let's start our class. We're doing that right fist, that's the sun, and that flat left palm, that's the moon. And let's bow down to one another to start our Chair Tai Chi class today. Welcome. So I invite you to feel your feet into the floor. So what that means is pressing the feet into the ground. You'll notice a tightening of the quadriceps, maybe the calves, maybe some stuff around the knees. And then let's have the shoulders be over the hips if it's the best we can, all right? And from here, feeling the feet into the floor, let's bring our arms into cactus, or football goals, as we call it here in Southeast Texas, because we're all about the football. And what we'll do is we'll inhale, bring the arms in, and then exhale, bring the arms out. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms in. Exhaling, arms out. Maybe back behind you a little bit, squeeze those shoulders. And again, inhale, bring them in. Exhaling out. One more time. Press those feet. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, bring it out. Beautiful. Let's do a joint check while we're here. So I want you to flex your hand like a stop sign. Very good. And then point your fingers down. And then release. Let's do the other side. Flex your hand like a stop sign. And then point your fingers down. And release. Arms out here in front of you, kind of like we're holding the Tai Chi ball. But from here, we're going to bring an arm out to the side. And bring it in. Notice what that felt like. And let's do the other one, bringing it out, bringing it in. Very good. From here, let's rotate those wrists and reverse. Excellent. And then lower those hands down. Now let's pretend we've got we're out in the garden. We're going to dig a little hole to plant a seed. So you're going to bring a hand out in front of you, and then we're going to do this with each digit in our hand. So basically, draw a circle with your thumb. So again, we're increasing circulation into that thumb bed. You may notice a little snap, crackle, pop going on here. And then reverse, go the other way. Notice what you notice. And then release the arm down. And again, same side, bring the arm up. Now we're going to isolate the index finger. So draw a circle as best you can without inviting the other fingers. That's impossible. And then reverse. My circle's kind of jaggedy when I do that. And release it down. Same side, lift up. Let's do the middle finger. Isolate that circle. Again, you kind of like dig in a hole in the ground with your finger. And then reverse. Ooh, that fourth finger and pinky finger wants to get involved. And release it down. Again, lift up. Let's do the ring finger. A circle with the ring finger. That feels like Mission Impossible. And reverse. And release it down. Very good. Last one on this side. Raise it up. Let's do the pinky. Does the pinky also invite the ring finger? It might. And reverse. I can't quite do this one. And release. Clap the hands. Little bit of heat into the palms. Now, I didn't forget the other side. Just know that, okay? Y'all thinking, we didn't do the other side. I just want a little bit of heat, little circulation into those palms, into those fingers. Very good. From here, the hand is in front of you and draw that, dig that little circle, dig the dirt into the ground, and then reverse. You might feel challenges one side versus the other. And then lower the arm. And again, raise that same side arm up. Let's do the index finger. Here we go. Can you isolate just the index finger? Maybe. Oof. And then reverse. Oh, it's a little bit easier on that side. I don't know why. And release it down. Next is the middle finger. Raise the arm up. And again, draw as best you can that circle. Mine's jaggedy. And then reverse. And release it down. Ring finger, here we go. Bring it up. Ring finger. You might want to look at it when you do that. Oof. And then reverse. It's not happening. And release it down. Last one, pinky. Here we go. Make that pinky. My pinky does not want to cooperate. And reverse. and release it down. So did you find that your dominant hand was easier to do versus the non-dominant hand, or vice versa? Just notice what you notice. Once again, clap the hands and a little bit of heat into the hands. Very good. Now go back to the original side, and now we're going to basically kind of a cat claw. Cat claw, you're digging a hole and you're kind of doing a little circle with your shoulders. You're bringing it forward a little bit. Again, we're digging into the dirt, releasing it. And then let's do the other side. So this is a little bit of shoulder circle when we're doing this. So again, we're spreading out the hands and grabbing a clod of dirt. Notice if one side is easier to do than the other. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. From here, let's kind of soften the chest, the upper back, and the neck muscles with that atlas point rotation. So we'll take our nose and draw a circle. So again, today is Chair Tai Chi. Next week is gentle yoga for back care. Some of these can be done standing instead. If you don't want to be seated, just know that, all right? There might be some little crinkly noises going on. If this makes you feel dizzy, vertigo, have your eyes look forward while you do this. It's a little extra bonus, a little extra eye exercise. But so those of us with vertigo challenges, this is probably an easier thing to do. And then we're going to pause, and then we're going to go the other way. So let's take the circle the other way. Ooh. Notice if it's more noisy on this side. I'm going to start my Apple Watch to see what the heart rate does during this session today. Ooh, a little crinkly sound going on. Very good. One more time, all the way around. And then join me back here to the center. So we're going to do a leg thing and then go back and do a swimming dragon. So we're going to take a leg out to the side and then toes towards you. So you may notice a tightening of the calf. You may notice the activation of the quadricep, probably more the calf though. And then point the toes away. And then we'll do that point and flex. So, sometimes we'll get swelling and edema in the feet. We get the blood pooling here at the feet. So this little pumping of the calf, that's great for returning the blood flow back to the heart from those lower extremities. Plus, this helps with lessening leg cramps by doing that calf pump. The calf pumping is considered, the second heart in the body. So this is very beneficial. Again, huge muscle group for helping lower blood glucose. All right, and then let's pause and bring it in. Let's do the other side. So bring the leg out, and again, kind of wiggle it out there and invite the toes towards you. Now, if it's spicy here in the back of the knee, bend the knee just a little bit, yeah? Ooh, it might feel more spicy. Who knew? And then point the toes away. And then let's get that action going on that point and flex. Notice what you notice. Is this side more tight versus the other? Does it feel the same? Just, you don't have to, get back on camera and answer me, but things to ask yourself when we do postures, yeah? Get that calf a pumping. Again, prevent foot cramps, improve ankle flexibility, second heart, returning that blood flow back to the heart. And let's bring it in. Now, I said we're going to go back to swimming dragon. So this swimming dragon, I want you to take your hands and spread out the fingers and press into the length of the fingers. And then elbows up, press into the palms. So you should notice a little bicep, a little pectoral activation here, little strength business going on here. And then let's breathe in, expand the belly. Keep pressing firmly into the palms. Push the palms one direction and then turn the head the other direction. Stay here. Let's breathe in, press into those palms. Exhale back to heart center, swimming dragon. Stay here, breathe in. And then exhale, press it away. So this encourages our range of motion in our neck and our shoulders here. Stay here, breathe in. Exhale back to the center. Staying here, inhale. Exhale, press it away. Ooh, are you going further? Maybe. Stay here, breathe in. Exhale back to the center. Repress into those palms. One more time. Breathe in, belly big. Exhale, push it away. Staying here, last time. Breathe in. Exhale back to the center. Beautiful. Let's shake those hands out. Let's do wild goose flutter. So we're going to shake those hands. Shake them to where you can't see the hands because you're shaking them so fast, yeah? It kind of looks blurry, okay? And then shake them up. And then shake them to the side. Shake them to the other side. Actually, this is called Qigong detox also. And then we'll bring them down and bring them up. So here's the wild goose flutter, is where we flutter them up, flutter them down, turn to the side, flutter to the side, turn your head if you want to, other side. Woo! Back and forth. And then from here, bring them up to letter T, palms down, and then turn the palms up. Good for that carpal tunnel. Very nice. And let's spin the wrists, spin the wrists. You may notice one wrist spins better than the other, and that's okay. And then let's pause and reverse that. So I notice I don't spin as well on that left side compared to the right side. It loosens the wrists, good for carpal tunnel. And then here, cup the hands. You may notice some sensation going on here, yeah? Cup the hands and swing those arms. Again, great for encouraging range of motion, getting those shoulders, those elbows, kind of the synovial fluids in those joints, a little bit more fluidity. And if you can, tap the top of the hands. Don't know my body parts today. I love it. Let's do two more. 2 and 1. And then just kind of let it slow down there. Very nice. Shoulder rolls back. And then let's reverse that. Go the other direction. Excellent. And then slow it down. Next is our spinal cord breathing. So we go back to those cupped hands and we have the hands out in front of us here. It's kind of like seated cat-cow and chair yoga. So we're going to inhale, elbows up, chest forward. Exhale, curve the spine to the back of the chair and your forehead close to your hands here. And again, inhale, circle those elbows up. Exhale, bring them close together. Turn to the side this time. Inhale, elbows up. It's kind of like good morning stretch, good afternoon stretch. And then bring it back to the center. Other side, inhaling up, up, up. And exhaling. Let's go back to the center. Here we go. Elbows up, chest forward. Woo! And exhale. Next is our finishing breath. So we'll inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring the hands down the heart center, bringing the energy from the universe down to our dantian. Dantian is a collection center here below the belly button. It's a common practice that we find in Taekwondo, in karate, and other various martial arts, and in Tai Chi. So I invite you to place a hand on your belly and a hand above that. And so what we do, and to bring more energy into our bodies, we do what's called lower belly breathing. So we normally breathe up here in the chest, right? So this is a different concept. So as we breathe in, we expand the belly outwards, and it takes a little practice to make that happen. And then we draw the belly towards the spine as we exhale. So let's do that. So let's breathe in, expand the belly and the chest. And then exhale, really draw it towards your spine. Again, breathe in, belly out. And exhaling. As you continue to breathe, let me tell you about the benefits of this. This helps to reduce your blood pressure, helps to lower your heart rate, especially if you elongate the exhale a little bit more than the inhale. In fact, let's do that. Breathe in. And then slowly, slowly exhale. A little bit longer. Beautiful. One more time. Breathe in, belly big. Woo! And exhale. Drag it out, drag it out. Beautiful. All right, from here, shrug those shoulders. Kind of shimmy forward and back a little bit. This also is a lymphatic drainage when you shrug those shoulders, so it's a good thing. Beautiful. From here, we're going to do Kuan Yin paints the rainbow. So to do that, you take a hand out to the side and you turn the hand away to where the pinky is towards me, thumb to the back of the room. Then you inhale, circle, sweep arm up. And then exhale, arm goes back behind you, snap, crackle, pop. And then you inhale, gather the arms together, flip the hand, and bring the other hand down. Turn the palm away, pinky towards me, thumb to the back of the room, and inhaling up, 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 reach, reach, reach. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale up, flip it, and bring it down. So this is to encourage a range of motion, isolation of that shoulder joint. Let's do that again. Breathe in, up, 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 up. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale, gather them up, flip it, bring the other hand down, turn the palm away. Here we go. Last time, inhaling up. Exhale, back behind you. Inhale, gather, flip it, and bring it down. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, and bring down the energy from the heavens back down to your dantian. Very nice. From here, let's bring the ankles together. So heel toe them in. We'll do what's called the jitterbug. It's for isolating the ankles to help us have better walking ability. So we're going to heel toe over to a side, keep those ankles connected, and then bring it back to the center. And I'm going to twist my upper body, maybe the opposite direction, maybe the same direction. I don't know. Depending how your chair is. If you're on a cloth surface, this might be a little challenging. I'm on a metal chair, so I'm kind of gliding across here. Love this one, especially when we do the next one. Bring it back to the center. All right, so the toes together, heels out, kind of like a little pigeon toe here. And then we're going to walk them out independently and walk them back in. So here we go. Ooh, do you notice one's more stiff than the other? Maybe, yeah. And then maybe your toes tap, maybe your heels tap, maybe they don't tap. And again, bring it in. You might notice your shin starting to get a little warm, a little worn out. That's okay. Oh, again, do what you can with what you got today. One more time, all the way out. And then all the way in. Beautiful. Clap the hands. Get a little heat here. And let's do a little knee strengthening coming up. Yeah. So let's go heat on the knees. Ooh, I like that. And then reverse. Maybe you can come up on the pads of the fingers to stimulate those acupressure areas, places around the knees, around the meniscuses. Is it meniscuses or menisci? I don't know. And then we'll take the palm of the hand, tap, tap, tap the side of the knee. So this is to help lessen knee pain, also stimulate the gallbladder meridian. Now it's not whapping, it's just tapping, okay? We do a lot of tapping work in Chair Tai Chi. Now, you can take the hands or maybe cross the hands, tap the inside of the knees. That might be spicy. For me, it's spicy. That's the stomach meridian. You know, I have some gut issues, so that makes sense to me that this feels a little spicy. Now, I'm doing the same strength, though, as I was doing with the outside of the knees. Very good. From here, let's scooch back in our chair. Oh, it didn't squeak. Oh, yes, it did. Anyway, so let's show me the bottom of your foot. You may have to raise your leg a little bit and toes towards you, heel flexion, maybe feeling, well, this is part of the strengthening everything around that knee musculature. And then lower, hover, and then point the toes. And release. Other side, okay, flex the foot. It may be lower to the ground, just know that. It might be. You might notice, you know, some things going on with the hips, the leg muscles, and then lower, and then point the toes, and release. So we're going to add on a little brain work to this. So again, flex the heel. Let's do the opposite hand. Flex the hand. Very good. Lower, and point the toes, point the fingers. Zip up the abdominals and do that weird basketball dribble to kind of activate the abdominals today. And release. We held that a little bit, so there, that's a good thing. We got a little distraction going on. Other side, flex the heel, flex the hand, that little stop sign. Working them joints. Oh yeah. And then lower it down, hover, and then point the toes, point the fingers. Zip up those abs, contract those abdominals, and that little weird basketball dribble. We don't dribble like this with a straight arm, do we? No, not normally, just in Chair Tai Chi. And release. Woo! All right, one more set. Here we go. Flex the heel, flex both hands. Burping might happen when you do this, by the way. Okay, and then lower the leg, lower the arms. We're hovering. Point the toes, point the hands, the fingers, and then alternate up and down. And then if you want to, both at the same time. Go slower though, it's a little challenge. And release, yay. One more side, here we go. Flex the foot, flex those hands, and then lower, lower, lower. And then point the toe, point the fingers. Here we go, alternate basketball drills or basketball dribbles. And then maybe both at the same time. Ooh, maybe not. And release. Come away from the back of the chair, clap your hands. A little heat here. I'll walk my feet a little forward. Let's get a little heat into the shins, into the calves. Let's get the side of the legs, the inside, the knees, once again, back underneath. Maybe the side of the hips, maybe the kidneys. I usually rub with the back of my hands. I can go a little bit higher when I do that. All right, very good. Nice. Let's breathe in. And then bring down fist for eagle claw. Here we go. We're going to inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Inhale back to your chest. Open up the hands, spread them out. Exhale, push it forward. Inhaling back to your chest. Exhale out to the side. Now we're going to open and close 5 times. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back. And then inhale, fist to chest, increasing our mobility here. Exhale, sky high, reach for the sky. Beautiful. Inhale back to your chest. Open up the palm. Exhale, push it forward. Spread out those fingers. Inhaling back to your chest. Squeeze a little bit. And then exhale out to the side. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist again. Inhale, fist to chest. Last time on this side. Exhale, press it towards the sky. Inhale back to your chest. Open up. Exhale, push it forward. Inhaling back to the chest. Exhaling out to the side. You can look at it when you do this too. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back. Last time. Inhale, fist to chest. Exhale, sky high. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale back. Open up that hand. Exhale, push it forward. Inhale, bring it back to your chest. Exhale out to the side. Open and close. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your waist. And let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And bring down the chi. Very good. From here, I'm scooting forward on my chair. We're going to do lighthouse. We have those cuppy arms again. And we're just not doing the arms. So what we're doing is we're twisting and bringing the arms out. So again, it's kind of like that little lighthouse there on the Gulf Coast. You see that little circling of the light. That's why it's called lighthouse. When I drove up today, the neighbor was getting his air conditioner replaced. So I'm hearing some outside noises, and I don't think they're coming in on this, but if you hear kind of a little weird noise, that's what it is, okay? Returning from the kwa. Feet firm into the floor, shifting our weight from one bun to the other. Let's do one more circle in this direction. And we're going to pause at the chest, and let's do the other side. So turn and reach. This also stimulates our kidneys, our liver, our gallbladder, our spleen. It also stimulates our large and small intestine and our ascending and descending colon. So it should make the bathroom experience a little bit better today. We're just helping you aid digestion and elimination with this pose, okay? Here we go. One more time, all the way around, with this being one more time all the way around. Very nice, very good. Again, little shoulder shrug to invite lymphatic drainage. And then let's do the thumping of the thymus. Now I take my middle 2 fingers and I go about, move my necklace, from my collarbone down about 2 inches and thump that thymus. That's to encourage T cell production, because we kind of lose that after the age of 30. You can do both hands if you like. Notice if it feels tender, it might. Sometimes you want to do a little vocalization, kind of like Tarzan. I can't hear y'all. Yes, I'm being a little silly. And clap those hands and a little bit of heat. So let's do the upper body Qigong detoxing. So what do I mean by that? So we're getting the warmth going on here, yeah? Getting it warm. And we're going to take our hand and tap, tap, tap on the outside of the arm, kind of a bone-to-bone thing here. And get to that shoulder. Ooh, I like that. Bring your arm up, get to the armpit, doing some lymph nest manipulation here, and bring it down the side body. You may have to twist a little bit to make that happen. Down below that hip bone, up the center. Here we go. And then get over to that shoulder, maybe pound it with a fist or open hand. Ooh. And turn a palm up and bring it down the inside. Ooh, now slough off kind of that excess energy that kind of builds up when we do that. All right. Other side, but first we clap. Here we go. Heat, heat, bring the heat. We're going to start with tapping the outside of the arm. So here we go. Got lots of meridians that we're addressing here. And get that shoulder. Ooh, my favorite part. Bring your arm up, go to the armpit. Now twist a little bit, bring it down the side body. Very good. Bring it down below that hip bone. Come up the center. And I do a fist when I come up the center. And then pound that shoulder. Ooh, move your hair out of the way if you need to. Now, palm up, bring it down the inside. Woo, fluff it off. Very nice. Shake it out. In fact, let's do that. Shake it up. Turn it to the side. Turn it to the other side. Shake it down. Shake, 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 shake. Now, stomp those feet. Come up on the balls of the feet. Shake those legs. Oh, yeah. Very good. Let's do monkey stretch. So we're going to bring a leg out. We're pointing the toe. We'll bring a hand on the leg, same side arm as the leg, and then grab it around the wrist, and then inhaling up. Exhale, float it down. Bring it in. Other side. Point your toe, hand on the leg, hand on the wrist. Inhaling up, 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 up. Try not to arch your spine too much, like really going back, but do the best you can. And then exhale, bring it down. We'll do one more each side. So bring it in. Let's bring that foot out, hand on the leg, hand on the wrist, inhaling up, 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 up. Exhale, float it down. Bring that leg in. Use your hand if you need to. Other side. Point the toe, hand on the leg, hand on the wrist. Here we go. Breathe in. Woo! Exhale, bring it down. Bring it in. From here, if we're sitting a lot, we're kind of sitting in this position, and we're just going to help to open up the hips a little bit with what I call in chair yoga air pose, but we also call it a little bit of sumo stomp. We'll see what it is. So you slide it out to the side and bring it in. So we'll do the same side here. Now, to make it more bone density building, what we do is you can have your hands underneath the knee pit and lift it up and let it drop. Bring it back and drop. Or maybe you can do your own muscular strength to do this, but if you want to go beyond your regular range of motion, you guide it a little bit more. Now, if you have brittle bones, this is probably not for you, okay? Okay. One more. And bring it back. Okay, so you may have noticed some kind of achiness depending on what's going on with you, yeah? Let's slide out the other one and bring it in. So both Chair Tai Chi and Gentle Yoga for back care are great for easing challenges with the back. So, even seated on the chair yoga can help with back challenges. Just know that. All right, so here we go. So we're going to kind of lift it up a little bit and let it drop and bring it back. Again, if it's spicy, you're doing less spice. Please. Does this feel different than the other one? It might. And then how about 85 more? Okay, how about 83, 84, and then one more, 85. Beautiful. From here, again, we're away from the back of the chair. Let's just kind of walk forward and back. Brain work. It's called cross crawl. And again, notice what your hips are telling you. They may be telling you something, who knows? And then we'll bring it back to the chair. Now you got to think, which one did you start with? Bring the other one forward and back. Now, if you can't remember, just keep moving. Again, this is to invite upper and lower body working and left and right parts of the brain working. I love it. So again, Tai Chi, we do a lot of left, right, upper, lower body activation to keep those neural pathways smooth and flowing. Walk it one more time and bring it back to the center here. Stomp those feet. And then come up on the balls of the feet, wiggle those legs. Again, great for lessening leg cramps. I love it. Stomp the feet again. And wiggle one more time. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Whoops. Something fell in the room. Okay, we're going to do a new one. We may have done this one before. I can't remember, but it's called Young Man Praise. And we're going to be doing a strike. So the strike is where you gather the fingers up into the thumbs. I don't know if you can see that. Looks like a little goose head, yeah? And so you're gonna be feeling this on the top of the wrist. Again, if it feels a little too much, do a little bit less of a kind of an angle here. So what we'll do, we'll bring the hands down here beside the body, and then it's called a strike, okay? So you're gonna bring the fingers to the thumbs and inhale up. And let's go back on down. So what we're trying to do is be kind of like snappy in this, okay? So we're really trying to bring it up, if that makes sense. Now, if you want to be slow and bring it up, that's okay too. So here we go. Hands beside the legs and then inhale up. Very good. Then we press palms away. And then we take the hands, turn the fingers towards me, and you bring them towards one another, fingers together. And then you make a little circle, bring the pinky sides together. Bring your palms together, bring it towards your chest, bring it up towards your chin, and then towards your chest. Now your hands may be apart here, depending on what's going on with you, yeah? And then fingers up, fingers forward, bring it in front of you, and bring it out and float it down. So this is the, let me think here. So that's the fire energy, the yang path. And when you do the flexed wrists, that's the yin energy, the wind path or the water path. So, we do postures to equalize our energy that's going on in our body. So again, hands beside our legs, and let's do this again. Get the fingers ready, fingers on the thumb, okay? So inhale up. Excellent. Exhale, push it away, flex those wrists. Inhale, bring the fingers together, and then make a little circle, pinky sides. Draw it towards you, palms together, fingers up, fingers towards your chest, fingers up, point it forward and down. Now we're going to add on to that, optional, just know that, okay? Depends on what's going on with you. This time, slowly bring your strike hands up and a leg up. Push the palms away. Bring the fingers together, your foot's off the ground if you can. Draw that circle. Pinky sides, palms together, bring it towards you, fingers up, fingers towards your chest, fingers up, forward, and place it down. Yay. Slowly, let's bring it up, bring that other leg up. Very good. Push it away. Again, turn the palms to where your fingers are together and draw that little circle. Sides, palms together, pinkies up, pinkies towards your chest, pinkies up. Bring it forward, out, and down. Woo! That's it. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Beautiful. Draw a circle in and another circle in. I'm going to bring my feet a little wider here. I'm shifting my weight from one bun to the other. wipe it out. This is called parry, or as y'all know it, wax on, wax off. So it's more of a karate move, but still, it's a martial art. And then pause and then wipe it out. So try to wipe out further if you can. Again, you're shifting your weight from one pelvic bone to the other. All right, now let's do that like you're wiping your windows. Here we go. And again, shifting the weight, reaching out, doing what you can, again, with what you got today. And then let's pause and then start wiping it in. Now, if you really want to get into those lungs, into the muscles in between the ribs, make fists and bring the elbows across, elbow digs. Air might be happening when you do this, little bubbles of burps. And then let's draw in here above again, and then make it smaller, smaller, and smaller. See if you notice sensation happening here in the bottom of the hands, maybe, yeah. From here, we're going to do the Tai Chi ball breathing. So bring your hands on your chest and bring your arms out in front of you. So try to line up your fingers, or little like imaginary lines in between the fingers. And let's inhale, open up. And then exhale, draw it towards one another. Now your elbows are lower than your hands. And again, inhale, open up. Exhaling, bring it in. One more time. Inhale, drag it out. Exhale, bring it in. Now we're going to hold this, but don't hold the breath. The elbows lower than the fingers. You may feel a buildup of tension happening. Let's try to breathe through that. Okay, breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, very good. You're going to bring the arms out and then float the arms down. The arms are at angles and we're pointing the fingers towards the floor. Tall posture. Your fingertips may feel heavy, may feel a strong kind of grabby sensation. So we're just thinking about that toxins leaving the body, okay? Energy that no longer serves us exiting the body. I love it. Very good. Bring the hands back to center again. Clap. Little heat. We're going to do swallow flies to the nest and that teacup. So think about that teacup. Don't want to spill the water or the hot water or the tea out of the cup. So again, we're going to do a palm up. We're going to inhale, bring that arm across, stretch that side body. Exhale out to the side. Again, my feet are a little wide here. Feet firm. Inhale up and over. Side lateral flexion in yoga. And then we're going to land it here at an angle. Exhale. And bring it back to the center. Let's switch sides. Inhale, bring it across. Ooh, feel that stretch. Exhale out to the side. Inhaling up and over. Reach, reach, reach. And exhale. And we're going to add the poem to it here. Here we go. Swallow flies east. Swallow flies west. Swallow flies up and over. And lands book, in its nest. Other side. Swallow flies east. Bring it across. Doesn't know directions. Swallow flies west. Directionally challenged swallow. Swallow flies up and over. Very nice. And boing, lands in its nest. Let's do one more each side. So inhaling, swallow flies east. Swallow flies west. Swallow flies up and over. Lands in its nest. Nice. Last time. Swallow flies east. Swallow flies west. Swallow flies up and over, and lands in its nest. And come back to the center. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down the chi. Very good. So let's do teacup. And again, we're away from the back of the chair. And we'll have a palm up. And we're going to bring that, we're going to hinge forward, bring the palm kind of in line with our armpit here. And then we turn the elbow out. And then we hide the hand behind you. So you feel a little squeeze of that armpit going on. We're going to take the opposite shoulder, lean out, and bring your arm out. And look at it. It should be palm up. So you're going to contract your belly button towards your spine, maybe draw a low circle and an upper circle as you try to do this. Maybe some grunting happening here. So I spilled my tea because my hand turned out to the side. So I'm trying to keep the palm up. That's like Mission Impossible, but we're going to try it again. Lean forward, bring it to the armpit. Very good. Elbow out. Then hide your hand. Lean out. Okay, look at it. Palm up. Here we go. Maybe you can watch it. So draw your circle. Maybe your hand can follow to make sure that palm is up. And maybe not. Let's do that again. So bring it to your armpit. Lean forward. Elbow out. Hide your hand. Lean out. Here we go. Arm out to the side. Belly button tight. Draw that low circle and that spiral. Woo! Bring it in. So maybe you could take a little Dixie cup with a little bit of water and try this on your own, maybe. So let's think about, okay, there's that Dixie cup. Here's the water. Bring it back out to the side. Hide it behind you. That's usually where I would spill it, is right here. Lean out. Okay, bring it out to the side slowly. Now slowly, palm up. Ooh, little abdominal challenge when you go a little bit slower and bring it back. Beautiful. Okay, clap your hands. Got to lose that muscle memory because I did it on the other side. So here we go. Other side. Wiggle those fingers. Sit up tall, palm up, lean forward. It's to your armpit, so to speak, and then turn your elbow out. Hide your hand. Lean out the other direction and bring that palm up. Okay, look at it. Here we go. Wow. Oh, I spilled my tea. And bring it back. Let's do that again. Lean forward, hand to the armpit. Turn that elbow out, hide the hand, lean out. That's crucial. Lean out and then bring that arm out and then look at it. Okay, palm up. Go slower. Go slower. Is it palm up? Is it palm up? Maybe, maybe. And bring it back. Woo! Let's do that again. Lean forward, elbow out to the side, hide the hand, palm up, lean out, palm up. Here we go. Oof. Bring it in. Sometimes if you stick out your tongue, it makes it easier to do. Try that. Okay, here we go. Palm to the armpit or something like that. Elbow out, hide your hand, lean out, stick out your tongue, bring your hand out, and here we go. I don't know if sticking out the tongue helped. Let's inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down that chi. All right, I'm gonna come a little bit closer. We're gonna do a little bit of energy work, a little tapping here, a little Tai Chi. Let me see if I can get the chair. There we go. Kind of centered there. Of course, my chair's going to squeak, right? Of course. All right. So I didn't come as close as I normally do because I want to have, we're going to be doing some of this stuff with our legs and our hands. So place a hand on your leg and you're going to take the pad of one of your fingers and go not on the knuckle, but on the muscle and lift the finger up. The other hands are softly into your leg. So you should be feeling that in the base of the finger and release. Let's go and do the thumb because I forgot the thumb. Go to the pad and lift up. You may not lift up the same kind of feeling as the index finger, just kind of know that. And release. Now let's go to the middle finger and then lift it up. Notice what you notice. There might be some spiciness going on, yeah? And lower. Let's go to the ring finger, lift it up. My pinky and my middle finger also want to lift up. That's the nature of the beast, I think. And release. Now let's do the pinky. Lift it up. Again, on the pad. Yeah. And release. Let's do the other side. So here we go. Let's start with the thumb first. Okay, let's see if we can get that going on. On the pad of the thumb, lift up. Again, notice what you notice here. And release. Let's do the index finger. Lift it up. And release. And let's do the middle finger. Here we go. Ooh, this one's stiff. Kind of like jammed this one about a year ago. And it's still, it feels a lot different than the other hand. And this is my dominant hand also. And release. Let's do the ring finger. Here we go. Ooh. Again, notice what you notice. And release it. And let's do the pinky one. Here we go. Pinky, pinky. So yeah, we're doing the hand and finger exercises here at the end of class today. Some folks just like to do that part. And release. Whew. All right, so I'm going to scoot forward now on the chair, and I'm going to take my hand and kind of curve it on the side of my leg. This is called the water pump. Also, it's a lymphatic drainage technique. Take my other hand on top of my fingers. Now the thumb, it does freestyle. And you basically lift up and down. So there you go. There's your little lymphatic drainage for the underside, for the lymph node nests in the pectorals, in the armpit. Got lots of that going on here. You might feel snap, crackle, pops happening too. Your hand is firm into those fingers. Very good. Let's do the other side. Hand, and you curve it down, hand on those fingers, and oops, snap. This one had a snap going on. Whew. Notice what you notice. Very good. All right. From here, you kind of glue your inside of your arms to your ribs, and your thumbs are up here. And then we're going to take our thumbs and bring it to the side of the index fingers. So just kind of up and down here. This may not feel challenging. It may feel challenging in that thumb bed. You just never know. One may feel a little different than the other. So here's where the challenge is. Now we're going to take it up and down to the bottom of the hand. Ooh. Again, is it happening? Who knows? Yeah. Very good. Then from here, shake it out. Make them blurry. Spin those wrists. Spin them the other way. Again, shake them out. Make them blurry. All right, from here, you're going to take the pads of your fingers on the thumbs and press down. Now try to make a circle, not a flat, but a circle. So press down and up, and just go from index finger to the pinkies, down and up. This is also considered to be the stroke prevention mechanism when you do the hand and finger exercises. Notice if there's a spicy finger or two happening here. There might be. One more time, then all the way back to the index fingers. Now, while we're here, take them out to the side, thumb on top of the finger, and flick the fingers. So flick. And again, you might notice there's a little bit of spiciness maybe in one or two of the fingers, maybe all. I was thinking about flicking the June bugs off of my screen door. Y'all thinking that's a weird thing to say, but yeah. I don't like June bugs. They kind of creep me out. And then bring it back. Okay, so this next one, I got to look at my list. So this is for the lungs. Got the lung meridian on the thumb. So basically, you can take your index finger and your middle finger, make a little weird thing, and scrape down the sides. Or you can take your thumb and your index finger and pull. I'm going to rest that. Pull it down on the sides. So again, soothe sore throats, chest tightness, shortness of breath, the lungs, the lung meridian. All right, the next one is the large intestine, which is the index finger. What is that good for? Aiding digestion, relieving bloating and irregular bowel movements. Again, the digestive disorder. So again, we're just going to bring it down the side of the finger. Yeah. So that's the large intestine meridian. Now we're going to move to the pericardium, which is the middle finger. So that's for calming the heart, easing anxiety, and what else? Improving sleep. So again, down the middle finger. Ooh. Again, you're going to notice as you go down the side of the fingers, the knuckles, if you have some arthritic kind of things going on. And let's do the ring finger, which is the triple burner meridian. So that is for releasing tension, easing headaches, and shoulder pain. So here we go. So the body is a wonderful thing. So sometimes when we're not doing very much mobility in various places in our joints, osteo means bone, arth means joint, itis means inflammation. And then let's go to the pinky as I continue to talk about this. This one is the heart and the small intestine. That's for releasing tension, and again, shoulder pain, palpitations, that kind of thing. So here we go, down the pinky side. So you'll get like little bone spurs in between the joints. So you might be having that now if you are a vintage person, anything over 30. That's what I'm calling vintage. So you got to keep moving, okay? You're gonna, if you rest, you're gonna rust, okay? Let's avoid rusting. Very good. Clap the hands, a little bit of heat. Let's go over and do the other side, down the sides of the thumbs. Again, that's the lung meridian. Oof. Again, you can rest it on the leg if you wanted to, instead of being in the air. And then let's go in the large intestine down the side of the index finger. Here we go. Does this feel different on this side compared to the other side? It may or may not. Let's go down the middle finger, which is the pericardium. Oof. And then let's go down the ring finger, which is the triple burner. So here we go. And then down the pinky. Here we go. Very good. Clap the hands. Now you may want to take off your glasses for this next one, put them to the side. I'm going to put mine on my pant leg there. And we're going to take the pad of the pinky and find, the kind of little hollow place here. I'm doing my index finger here on the side of my nose. And then we're going to press in and try like you're spreading it, okay? And you breathe in and out. Again, that helps to aid opening up your sinuses. So you press firm and away. It might be spicy. Very good. Now we're going to take the side of our index finger and then the inside of our eyebrows and just rub up and down. And then you move that along the bony prominence, your eyebrows, to the edge of the eyebrows. Very good. Then we take the index finger and below the earlobes, we're just doing a little circle here. Now go back behind the ear and do the same, kind of in that same area. That's helping to ease tension, from your temples in that area. Now take your fingers, softly tap your forehead, and then move it up the back of the head and the side of the head to boost your brain, boost your memory. Now you can also tap, 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 tap. Bring blood flow to the brain. Very good. From here, spread out your hands like a starfish and bring your arm out to the side, lower that arm and take the thumb to the back of the room. And then you take your opposite ear, drop it towards your shoulder. So this is more blood flow into the brain, which helps with releasing some of that cerebral spinal fluid, more, again, blood flow to the brain. Now, what we're going to do is take the chin towards the chest and then towards that extended arm side and then back to the center. So you may notice a little bicep, little shoulder activation going on here too. Other side, spread the feathers. So I'm going to lower it a little bit and then turn the thumb to the back of the room so I feel that bicep activation. And take my opposite ear, drop it towards my shoulder. Maybe I drop my hand off. Notice if that feels different when you do that. And then we're going to drop our chin towards our chest, then towards that extended arm side, and release. We're going to go back to Atlas point rotation. So take that nose and let's draw that circle. Notice if you notice any increased range of motion or more ease in your circle, or a little bit more smooth, less noise, more noise, whatever the case might be. And then let's pause and go the other direction. Very good. One more circle. Excellent. And bring it back to the center. So we're going to do what's called the elongated breath. We're going to breathe in to a count of 4. I will clap 4 times. We'll pause. And then we'll breathe out for a count of 5. And I'll pause. The breath doesn't serve you. Just do your normal breath. So again, this helps to reduce blood pressure, reduce your heart rate, helps you to have better cerebral spinal fluid flow. And we're going to try to expand the belly and then contract. So here we go. Breathe in. Pausing, slowly exhale. Again, breathe in, belly big. Slowly exhale. One more time. Breathe in, belly big. Slowly, slowly exhale. Wonderful. Now I invite you to get comfortable. Maybe that's getting over there to your couch, or maybe scooching back in your chair. Maybe knees a little wide, maybe feet crossing, whatever, again, is comfortable. Wiggle those shoulders a little bit. Palms up, palms down, palms on your belly. However is it comfortable for you, okay? And if you could, maybe chin towards your chest, eyes opened or closed, so you can gaze down at the floor or softly close the eyes, your choice. But at the top of our head, we have this little crown of our head, and imagine there's a little opening there. And then as we breathe in, we're bringing in the bright sunshine, and it's saturating every cell in our body from the top of the head all the way down to the tips of our toes. We're breathing in the light, breathing in the healing. Again, it's saturating every bone, every tendon, every muscle, all of the layers of the skin. Maybe you have a spicy area, and what I invite you to do is direct that healing light to that spicy area. Just let it bathe in that healing sunshine. So we feel that healing energy inside and out, head to toe, in every organ, muscle, and joint, getting brighter and brighter as it works. So breathe in the light, breathe in the healing. Imagine being fully healed. And then bring your head to look forward and bring the arms out to the side as we've done before. Point the fingers out to the corners of the room. And imagine toxins flowing through the fingers. Feel that release, whether it's a physical or emotional release here. Very nice. And then if you were in the back of the chair, come away from the back of the chair, have those knees be wide. We're going to take an opposite shoulder and draw it towards that opposite knee. And then back to the center. Let's do that other opposite shoulder towards an opposite knee. And back to the center. From here, we're going to do wide shoulder circles. So kind of like we did an Atlas point rotation, we're doing the rotation from our pelvis. You might have to tighten as you go back towards the chair, soften as you go forward. And then let's pause and go the other directions. Here we go. Inviting a little bit of movement back into the body today. My chair is making squeaky noises. That's okay. And then bring it back to the center. So let's do our gratitude practice. So I invite you either stack the hands or hands together here at Heart Center. And I invite you, just for showing up today, let's drop our chin in gratitude towards our chest. Let's think about one thing that we're grateful for, or maybe an idea of gratitude, and grab it, clasp it, place it into our heart space. Let's just think about that, whatever we're grateful for today. I'm grateful for y'all showing up today. You are showing dedication, determination, discipline, and responsibility for your journey of self-health. So I appreciate y'all being here. And then let's bring our gaze forward, and we'll end our class as we started it. So we'll do that right fist, that's the sun, and that flat left palm, that's the moon. And then we bow down to one another in respect to end our Chair Tai Chi class today. That concludes our practice at Chair Tai Chi. So again, we're trying to keep the Yang style short form 12 in our bodies by this little weekly practice. So we're coming to a standing place. And we're going to do our right fist, that's the sun, and the flat left palm, that's the moon, and bow down to one another to start our standing Tai Chi. I'll also send out an email for follow-up, all right? So from here, let's just go ahead and do a little warm-up movement. Let's do that shaking gong. Again, just kind of let that stress come out of your body. Let that built-up energy dissipate and bring it up. And side to side, thank you very much. Very good, bring it down, flap those arms, and then flap those wrists up. So we're kind of getting the synovial fluids warmed up in those ankles, those knees, those hips, those shoulders, those elbows. And let's do opposite arm swings. Bend those knees too. Let me scoot back a little bit. All right, from here, we're going to bring the feet wide, maybe point the toes a little bit. And we're basically going to bring the arms out and across. Bend those knees. Keep the head to the center if this makes you dizzy. Very good. Let's slow it down. Now let's change this into opening the gate of life. So I'm going to lift a heel and basically wrap my arms. And so here it's the colon, the stomach that we're stimulating here. Also the kidneys, the liver. Just bring it up a little bit to the lungs, to the chest. You know, bring it a little higher on my pacemaker side. And then if you can, the shoulders, the upper back, just do the best you can. And then back down a little bit. And to the waist. And then slow it down. Very good. Let's do a little spinal cord breathing. So we cup the hands and inhale, elbows up, chest forward. And exhale, bend the knees, curve the spine. Again, inhaling up, up, up. And exhaling. Maybe turn to the side this time. Inhaling up. That good morning, good afternoon stretch. Bring it back down. Other side, inhaling up. Woo, exhale back to the center. Let's do that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Bring down that energy from the universe back on down to our dantian. Very nice. All right, so I'm going to come forward a little bit. I'm trying to see where the position needs to be. I'm going to turn around. We'll do that yang style short form. We have the feet out at angles. That's the beginning stance or eagle stance. Shake those arms a little bit, shake the body a bit. And from here, feel your feet into the floor. Just a little breath here. And then let's get started. Let's go ahead and bend the knees. And then inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. We're going to shift our weight into the left side. Take that right foot out. Heel ball toe. Shift your weight to the right. Turn the left foot in. Shift your weight over to the left. Turn that right foot in. Come back to the center. Knees are bent. So let's do center and sink. Inhaling up to the hips. Exhale, draw it back. Bend those knees. Let's go up to shoulder level. Upward, downward. Drag it towards you, bend those knees. And we're going to sink our way over into the left side. Turn that right foot, right hand on top. Form the Tai Chi ball. Shift your weight to the right side. Let's take that left foot, step it forward. Heel ball toe. Now shift your weight. Turn your ball. Turn your hips. Very nice. Shift your weight back. Lift your left foot. Turn it parallel. Now shift your weight into the left side. We're going to take that right foot, turn it out, step it forward, heel ball toe, empty of weight. Now shift it forward, split the ball. Hand in front, hand down by your hip for ward off. And then inhale, roll back, shifting the weight back. Exhale, press into the palms. Inhale, shift back. Exhale, push forward. Here we go. Inhaling, lift the foot, turn the foot, empty of weight to the make it straight and making that circle with the hands. Now shift your weight to the back leg, and then we're going to take the left foot, step it back, toe ball heel, and then draw it into the center. and lower down. Now the Tai Chi ball, inhaling up, up, up. Exhale, arms out. Bend those knees. Shift your weight over to the right side. Turn that left foot out. Step it in. Now we're starting over. So raise up. Exhale, lower. Let's do that again. Inhaling, rise. Exhaling, lower. Shifting your weight into the right foot. Step that left foot out. Heel, ball, toe. Shift your weight over to the left side. Turn that right foot in. Shift over to the right. Turn that left foot in. Come back to the center. Here we go. Inhaling up to hips. Exhaling, lower. Up to the shoulders. Upward, downwards. Up. Drag it towards you and down. Shift that weight into the right side. Turn that left foot. Left hand on top, right hand below. Shift your weight to that left side. Take that right foot, step it forward. Heel, ball, toe. Now shift the weight forward, turn the ball, turn the hips, and then shift your weight to the left side. Turn the right foot parallel. Shift your weight to the right side. From here, we're doing ward off, actually doing bow and arrow. So step that left foot out, heel, ball, toe. Now split the ball, shift your weight forward. From here, roll back, inhaling. Exhale, push. Inhaling, draw it back. Exhale, push it away again. From here, lift the left foot, turn to the front of the room or where you're facing, and then shift your weight to the left side. Take your right foot, toe, ball, heel, come to the center, draw it inward and float it down. So from here, Tai Chi ball, inhaling up, 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 inward, outward, and out. Shift your weight over to the left side, turn that right foot in, step it in, and then that finishing breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring down the energy from the heavens back down. From here, make that right fist, that's the sun, and that flat left palm, that's the moon, and bow down to one another to end our short run through of the Yang Style Short Form 12. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. Okay, see if there's any questions or concerns. And I'll put in the chat line one more time that that pain and distress survey. There that is. And let me stop the recording.